Yo, what's poppin' everyone? Welcome back to the channel, Zach Lesage here. Today we're going to be covering over one of my favorite decks from the past format, Lost Zone Tina. Now this deck has lost a little bit of power when it's come entering our post-rotation metagame, and that would include cards like Path to the Peak, Escape Rope. But what did we gain from this set? Well, that's what this video is all about. There are some goodies that it did gain from Temporal Forces, and I'm really excited to showcase that. In this video, we're going to be covering over the deck list, the strategy, and the gameplay. So if you like all three of those things, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and let's jump into that deck list. So here we have it, the Lost Tina deck list. You can see that not much has changed from our previous format, but we do have a few new cards that we've added in here. We have Iron Leaf's EX, which should help us improve our Charizard matchup, or maybe our Roaring Moon matchup. And we've also gained Buddy-Buddy Poffin, kind of a replacement for Battle VIP Pass. Now, this deck really liked Battle VIP Pass because we could get out the Tina V, but we have a few new, unique ways that we can maybe make something happen here. So I'll explain that in a little bit. We also got that new Rescue Board and Prime Catcher, so a little retreat and some gust action going on there. You can copy and paste this list right from the description of this video into PTCG Live. If you need any of the cards for this deck, check out our sponsors in the description below for your in real life cards or your online code cards. I'm going to jump into the strategy and go over the cards a little bit more in depth. So starting things off, we are a Lost Zone box deck. That means that we are going to be using cards like Comfey to use flower selecting so we can get cards into our hand and get cards into the Lost Zone. Another card that we have that's going to be a major focus of this is going to be Colress's Experiment. Now, Colress's Experiment is going to allow us to put the top 5 cards, look at them, put 3 of them into our hand, 2 into the Lost Zone. So we're able to go through our deck and get cards in the Lost Zone quite quickly. And you might be like, why do we want to get cards into the Lost Zone? Well, we have kind of a 1, 2, 3 kind of strike when it comes to getting cards in the Lost Zone. So Cramorant's really our first stop when it comes down to it, and we can only use its Lost Provisions ability when we have 4 or more cards in the Lost Zone. We can ignore all energy in this Pokemon's attacks and swing for 110 with Spit Innocently. Our next stop is going to be Mirage Gate at 7 or more cards in the Lost Zone. Search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards of different types and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. That can get any of our Pokemon powered up, like our Giratina VSTAR, allowing us to use Lost Impact, or even getting to Star Requiem. Speaking about Star Requiem, that would be kind of stop 3, so if we have 10 cards in the Lost Zone, we can knock out one of our opponent's active Pokemon. We could also use Sableye's Lost Mine attack. So as we go through the game and ramp up cards into our Lost Zone, we can quickly get to a certain point where we are able to do a variety of very powerful attacks. We have other disruption measures, such as Roxanne, which allows us to put our opponent's hand into a blender, give them 2 cards, give us 6 in the late game after we've utilized all of our Colresses. Or we can use Boss's Orders, Prime Catcher, or Counter Catcher, depending on the situation, to bring up our opponent's Pokemon and knock them out with a powerful attack like Star Requiem. The newest card that we've added into this deck is Iron Leaf's EX. So when you play this card from your hand onto your bench, you may switch it with your active Pokemon. If you do, move any number of energy cards from your other Pokemon to this Pokemon. We're typically playing this card because we play Grass Energy, but since Charizard is likely the leading deck heading into the European International Championships, I really think that Iron Leaf's EX is one of those cards that I want to play so that we're able to kind of counter the metagame. So whether you're playing at Orlando, Indy, EUIC, Charizard's likely going to be big. Iron Leaf is very strong against that Pokemon. A card that you might wonder why I'm playing in this deck is Ditto with the Transformative Start. So you can only use this on your first turn of the game. And if Ditto's in the active spot, you may switch Ditto out with one of your other Pokemon. This allows us to use Buddy-Buddy Poffin to search out something like a Comfey, a Sableye. But in this case, we could search out a Ditto, and we could transform the Ditto into a Tina, or into a Cramorant, or into something that we can't grab with Buddy-Buddy Poffin. So that's really our goal here when it comes to this deck, is just to have a lot of options. And if the Ditto does not work out, it's going to go to the Lost Zone straight like a Battle VIP Pass would in a previous deck. We also have Lost Vacuum in here. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it when it comes down to it. That's the one card where I'm like, yeah, we can maybe cut this card, but we'll have to see how it ends up playing out. Overall, this list is looking mighty fine, so let's jump into some gameplay. So our opponent's calling the coin flip. Hopefully we get a chance to get a second because it allows us to use Colress on our first turn. I think they won that coin flip, so we're going to hope that they go first. Fingers crossed. Otherwise, we can probably use Comfey on our first turn. So we're going to go first. That's fine. Hopefully we're able to go Comfey and get some cards into our Lost Zone to start things off. Not particularly my favorite start, but you want to know what? We do have Buddy Poffin. We do have Jet Energy. We do have options. Looks like we're playing against a grass deck. I'm honestly not sure what we're playing against. Is this a Future Box deck? We'll draw the extra. Honestly, not a bad run. This is also weak against grass, so that's not too bad. Let's use Buddy Poffin, search for a Comfey. I'm also going to search for the Ditto because we're just going to end up searching out for some other cards. If you do discard this Pokemon and all cards attached, so you want to make sure that this isn't the one that you Jet Energy with first. We want to make sure that we're actively able to search. You want to make sure that we're able to retreat. So let's go ahead and use the Jet Energy there. Let's use our flower selecting ability. So I think when it comes down to it, Cramorant's probably not going to be super important. We're just going to go like this. And we're going to go ahead and retreat into the Ditto using transformative starts. We're going to go out and get our Comfey. I don't know if I want to have any other Pokemon there. I'm going to think what I want with Buddy-Buddy Poffin. Flower selecting there. Some really tough choices. We do play 3 of those grass energies. So I am going to go ahead here and I think I'm going to pass. I don't know if I want to go for a third Comfey or not. We'll decide what we want to do after the Buddy-Buddy Poffin next turn. The one nice thing about Buddy-Buddy Poffin, we don't have to play it the same turn like a Battle VIP pass. So we do have the opportunity to hold it into our hands. I'm slightly worried that our opponent's just going to retreat, get down 2 Iron Crowns and Miraidon and knock out our active Comfey. That could be quite difficult for us to deal with. And we'll see how they end up playing out their turn. There's an Iron Crown. They could also get 2 Future Booster Energy Capsule. There's their energy. There's their Future Booster Energy Capsule. They're going to retreat. Okay, so they are not getting the knockout, and they are not powering up to an Iron Hands. So that's something else that's kind of good for us. I kind of wish that we had the Cramorant at this point. But there's really not too much else that we can do. I think I'm going to Buddy Poffin, grab out 1 more Comfey, because I think we only really need 3 when it comes down to it. So let's just get the Comfey. Let's use Colress first in terms of just peak sequencing. Definitely want these. As much as I want to grab the other... I mean, I guess we could put the Mirage Gate into the hand. I thought I might have put one away. So we're going to go ahead and just grab these. We got to watch out for this Pokemon because it can hit for 220. Meaning that if we don't get doubled Tina out, they could potentially knock us out. I do just want to get my other Tina V onto the bench right away. And before I bench the other one, I'm going to decide what I want to do. I'm going to decide with flower selecting. We're going to see how this plays out. Probably fine just to grab the Tina V-Star. This puts us at 5 in our Lost Zone. We could retreat and we could potentially get to 7 this turn. I don't see what advantage we have for getting to 7 this turn. I might just want to go Prime Catcher, to be honest, on their Iron Crown because they might not necessarily have a strong answer towards that. So let's go ahead. Let's use Prime Catcher towards Iron Crown. Let's go ahead and send up our Tina V here. And I'm going to slap on a Water Energy onto the Tina V. So we could use our Abyss Seeking, which turns our 5 into 7. It looks like they have a weaker start, so that's what we're going to go with. I don't think we're going to have time to use Radiant Greninja. We have a Colress in our hand already, so I'm just going to grab Energy and Switch Cart, giving us some mobility here. The Pokemon, like, I'm not worried once we evolve into Giratina V-STAR, and we also have Iron Leafs, which could be super strong against Iron Boulder. So we'll have to see the type of Pokemon that they're able to kind of get around with. And they do have the Iron Hands, so that's something to consider. There's their Energy, and, oh, they have the Energy Switch. So they could retreat, and then they're probably just going to attack us with Miraidon. That being said, whichever Pokemon that they decide to power up, we could knock out with Boss's Orders Giratina V-STAR. So in this case, I think I want to go knock out the Iron Hands EX. So we want to go off with our Mirage Gates first. So let's start off with Mirage Gates. I'm just trying to think if there's not a better Pokemon for us to knock out. Like, if they powered up the Iron Boulder, I could have knocked it out with maybe Iron Leafs. In this case, I think I'm just going to go with Mirage Gate. So I need a Grass and I need a Psychic. Yeah. Psychic, Grass. Giratina V-STAR. I can also attach more energies to our Pokemon, so let's go ahead and use Mirage Gate here. I'm going to go Water Psychic. So I'd like to start powering up. I'm going to go Water Energy here. Psychic Energy goes here. And I'm going to attach a Grass Energy to our Iron Leafs. I think I want to attach the Grass Energy to Iron Leafs because it's another Pokemon that can take a 2 prize card hits. Yeah, I think that seems completely fine. I am going to go Boss's Orders onto the Iron Leafs, or Iron Hands EX. And I'm going to go ahead and go Lost Impact, knocking this out, effectively wasting their last turn besides the 60 damage. And we're going to take away our Water Energies just because we don't need them in this matchup, leaving us with a pretty set up board. We only have one Mirage Gate left, but I think I'm okay with that because we have enough to, like, really, like, get some extra things going on here. And they're probably just going to go 60 again. I wish we had Prime Catcher still, and if we could top deck a boss, that would just be, like, savage. But that's okay. I mean, if we just need to knock out, and they're just going to go into another peak acceleration, they're probably just going to power up Iron Boulder, and I'm probably okay with that. Okay, so let's decide on what we want to do here first. Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. Yeah, I think that this is just the point where our opponent concedes the game. Like, honestly, because we just go, like, this. This. Water Energy. I feel like I got a little bit lucky there, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to put Emergency Board here. And I just want to double check. So we have a few more energies, like the energies that we want to take away. If I could use Star Requiem and we had 10, that'd be definitely sick. Let's just go ahead and use our Lost Impact. I don't know which other energy I want to take away. I think I have another, I have to have another Grass somewhere. Right? Like I have a Grass there, a Grass there, a Grass there. So I have a Grass energy in my prize cards for sure. Psychic. I just want to be able to attack next turn, to be honest. So let's go ahead and grab that Grass. I'm not really worried about the Iron Leafs when it comes down to it at this point. So let's go ahead, rip those two. And we still have Star Requiem on board. We still have Super Rod on board. This game could get a little bit weird, depending on how things go. But there's our Mirage Gate and Grass energies. Like, this is literally, like, I wish, like, y'all know how much I struggle to make these videos sometimes, where it's just like, I can't believe how unlucky I got turn after turn, or the matchups that I hit. This is just wild right now. And they don't even have enough energies left because they've gone through just so much. If I go like this, I can use Colress. I might as well just get more cards in the Lost Zone. I don't think they play Roxanne or anything else. So, like, as long... Like, I don't even think they could knock us out. So, if I just go Star Requiem here... Like, it's not the best Pokemon to use Star Requiem against. But, I don't know what their follow-up is, and I think that they're just in a tough situation here. Like, Tina can just go attack, attack, attack. And I think that's really what this game is showing. I could have hit a Charizard and hit them for weakness with the Iron Leafs, but I started with Iron Leafs and that really sucked. Like, I think that that's like something that it's like, we are jumping back into this game after having a really, really garbage start. And I'm not sure what our opponents, like, they might be playing some other cards here, but it looks like it's Turbo Iron Hands or a Future Box builds. So there's their energy, and I guess I just have to hope that I don't have an energy. I can't believe one Tina V-Star ripped them to shreds, but that's what happens when you make some solid predictions. We're just going to slap on the energy there, and we have one prize card left, so we're going to go Lost Impacts. And there's the knockout for game. Really unfortunate for our opponent, but we absolutely take those in the world of creating a video to show you how powerful a deck can be. I mean, Tina popped off there against the Iron Hands deck. That was kind of wild. I have a smile on my face because of it. You love to see it. And I think we made some solid predictions when it comes down to the Prime Catcher into the Iron Crown, then wasting the energies, going back. Got lucky with the top decks of the boss, whatever, it happens. We really had a strong game against a deck that could be a close matchup. After we started off going first, which is something we didn't want to do, and starting off with our Iron Leafs, something we didn't want to do. I think that this deck has some really, really, really good options going forward. So whether you're playing this deck at EUIC, Orlando, Indy, any events you have coming up, I think it's totally worthwhile to give it a look. See how your list compares. If you haven't already, check out our description. We have all of our sponsors there, so you can pick up cards from Kayfabe, in real life, sealed, whatever. You could pick up code cards from PTCGL store, or you could go to Ultimate Guard. I love these Omni Hives. That's where I store all of my decks. I have like 4 of them here. Totally pick them up. They're fantastic if you're traveling around as much as I am. And if you're looking to improve your game, hit me up for some coaching on Metafy, metafy.gg/@ZachLesage. Again, all this stuff is in the description. Really appreciate all y'all watching these videos, showing love on the channel lately. So we will stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more on the channel. So I hope you enjoy it. Continue to enjoy it. Tell your friends about it. And we'll catch up with y'all real soon. Peace out and have a great one. Want to support the Shuffle Squad? Be sure to check out all of our sponsors in the description to pick up Pokemon TCG singles, sealed, and PTCG live codes. You made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching this entire video from the Shuffle Squad. Honestly, from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate each and every person that supports our content, watches what we have going on every single day, every single week, even from time to time, and continuously allows us to have a forum to project our creative content towards the Pokemon TCG community. So if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and even leave a comment to help boost the YouTube algorithm. That being said, we'll catch you with our next video. Thanks again. Take it easy.